Peace and blessings, Grand Kush. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to preview a video right quick. This video is entitled Jennings, Jesus is Black. Jesse. All right. This channel and this video was on We Woke Now. I believe this information in this video will be talking about the image of Jesus. I haven't seen the video myself, but I'm previewing and showing to share the information. All right. I may give my 2 cents. I may pause the video and give my 9 cents on it, plus my 2 cents. That's 11, master number 11, in which I stand under. I'll give my 9 cents on the video if I feel like there's something that's striking me and I need to speak on. But other than that, I'm going to play the video. So let's go into it and see what's cracking.
What religion have done, the European slave master have used that image to hold in front of people of color for years, making them believe that it is the will of God that you bow to anything that is white. Bow to anything that is white. Bow to anything that is white.
When I saw a video of yours, you were giving a sermon and you had a poster of a white Jesus and you slapped the white Jesus.
Some of you are bowing in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of whose son is this?
Whose son is that?
I mean, whose son is this fella?
That's right.
This is Baal's son.
Baal's son.
This is the devil's son.
That's right.
This is the son of a liar.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You would say, oh, he called Jesus a liar. That's not Jesus. That's not Jesus.
Hey, I definitely agree with that. I think a lot of our people definitely agree with that. And we need to start dealing with the truth. All right. Jesus, the Son of God, or any son of God, could not come in a form of a anti-melaninite, right? Cannot come in a form that cannot absorb 99.9% UV radiation on Earth and claim to be a God. I'm liking this already. Let's go.
Go ahead. So get up off your knees. Stop making a cross.
That's right.
Get up off your knees.
That's right.
What was that about?
Yes, I did.
Why was that?
Well, basically, through the years, pictures is a form of religious propaganda. Our ancestors, we are a product of slavery, and many of the Europeans have used the Bible to empower themselves and to deprive our mothers and fathers and grandmothers and grandfathers of truth. So therefore, they have took scriptures and used it to their advantage and used it to the disadvantage who was not scripturally educated. So the European have took the pictures and said, this is Jesus, a white Jesus everywhere. So this, when I came up in my home, it was guaranteed there's gonna be a picture of a so-called white Jesus, John F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King.
Oh yeah.
I call them the earthly trinity. And this vision or view of a white man supposed to be Jesus having empowered the white racist society. So what religion have done, the European slave master have used that image to hold in front of people of color for years, making them believe that it is the will of God that you bow to anything that is white. So if they bow to Jesus, they find it very easy to bow to white bigotry, white racism, and then accept white hatred as the will of God.
Right.
So my objective was, and my objective is, to destroy the image that have been plaguing religion for years. And if you go into churches today, you find that image in the Bibles. You find that image on your stained windows. You find that image on crosses. You find that image all over the place.
Are you saying that Jesus was not white?
If you look at the region where Jesus came from, was not a region where white brothers and sisters was from. Jesus come from an area where people was of color.
So are you saying that he was not white?
He was not white. Not
and there are some black people who think that Jesus was black. Was he black?
He came from a region of people of color.
Was he black?
His skin tone, whether he was black, when I say black, whether he was dark, light, brown, I don't know. But yes, Jesus did come from a region of people of color, black people.
So you're saying Jesus wasn't of color white, but he was of color...
No, he was not.
But he was of color black.
Yes, he was.
When I was growing up, and I grew up under the Jim Crow laws and all that stuff,
yes,
and
sir.
We didn't have any picture of Martin Luther King or Kennedy or Jesus in our home because we were told that Jesus was a spirit, but he came from he was Jewish, of the Jewish descent.
Yes.
And that's neither black nor white. Why would a black person think that Jesus was black when he wasn't black?
Well, what you're talking about is the spirit. The spirit of God is not black.
Right. But
white.
Jesus was Jewish. He came from the Jewish background.
The Jewish part was the flesh that come from the house of David, from the tribe of Judah.
But they weren't black,
the spirit, excuse me?
They weren't black.
Well, they were not, the Jews were not a white-skinned people. The Jews were people of color. Jesus, the region where he come from, was a region of people of color. Now, when you talk about the Spirit of God, the Spirit of God is of no color. For the book of Scripture says Christ was in the prophets. So the Spirit of Christ that was in the prophets, no color.
Should the blacks be allowed to create a black image of God and hang that on the wall?
I would not encourage of no one to make an image of God of any form, because God says, make no image of me. Like I said, the flesh and blood, that was the Jew. That was not God. What was in Jesus, that was God.
What's your thoughts? Please be respectful with your comments. Also, please click the like.
That was quite interesting. That other guy, I don't know his name, but I don't want to diss him, but comes off like Uncle Tom to me. But Christians don't accurately read their Bibles, right? In fact, the majority of people who prescribe to the monotheistic Abrahamic religions don't really read their holy books, because depending on if you're a woolly hair or straight haired, right, the Abrahamic religions today work more in favor of people with straight hair. Okay, people with straight hair want to deny that in these holy books that Jesus, as described as a person with woolly hair, as described, they want to deny and overlook certain things that question their belief systems. They'll look over these things, and they're able to overlook these things is because in the majority of the countries that woolly-haired people are in, aside from Africa, right, it's being ruled and run by straight-haired mankind races. And so the image of Jesus Christ can only empower the people that Jesus looks like. You understand what I'm saying? We understand this in 9 science. Question, all right? If Jesus is in the image of a white European Caucasian, then my black people, how can he aid us? Mexicans, how can he aid you? Right? Arabs, all people of color, right? When I mean people of color, I mean people with dark hair, straight hair, dark eyes, right? People of color. You understand what I'm saying? How could Jesus aid you when he is also not in your image? All right. So there's got to be a two-way belief. You believe in Jesus, but you don't believe in the image. And if you believe in Jesus and not believe in the image, then you agree with what this brother is saying right here, right? And the reason why Jesus was created in the first place. Okay. I've been on this wave for a couple of weeks, right? Because I feel like religion is one of the weapons, one of the main weapons that was used against our people, right? Today, there's enough technology and information and knowledge to get where we can open our eyes. And the question is, why would you bow down on your knees and pray to a God that's in the image of a people that once oppressed your ancestors? How does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? You can't even make it make sense. But yeah, I wanted to preview this video, share it with the people. You understand? What do you think? Are y'all in alignment with what the brother Geno Jennings was speaking on, or do you think he's incorrect? Please leave a comment below. Grand Kush, y'all hold it down. Stay great. Peace.